is that the 76ers actually won this trade. If you look, I'm being honest. If you look at their depth before the trade, their starting lineup was Patrick Beverley, Maxey, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, Embiid, with Melton, Daniel House, Kelly Oubre, Paul Reed off the bench, and Danny Green and Mo Bamba. And they also had Kuzma in the Cork Moss kind of in the wing. But none of those guys that I just named outside of Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, to me, are bona fide starters or bona fide number 3 options in this league. So if I'm going from that perspective, I think what Nick Nurse is going to try to do is spread the floor, create the double team with Joel, and surround him with shooters. So I think instead of PJ Tucker, now you have Nick Batum in that starting lineup. I think that instead of, or honestly, I might actually, me personally, I've been saying this for years. I think Tobias needs to play the 4. I would actually move Tobias to the 4. I would put Batum at the 3. Keep the lineup the way you got it and tell Tyrese, all right, is Joel's team and is your team. But so there's no more competition for the ball for you. We want you to score, be fast, play defense, and make plays. And if you can do that, we can win a championship. Because even if you look at guys, and also like Marcus Morris, mad respect to Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris has always been extremely kind to me in person. And I'm not even bullshitting. During media day, he came up and tapped me on my back and told me that the question that I asked him was a good question. So it's no disrespect to him personally when I say this. But it's time. And it happens for everybody. Father Time has caught up with him. And for the Clippers, you could say it was a rhythm thing or a shot distribution thing, but it really wasn't, because when he was in the game, he wasn't making open shots. And he also wasn't playing great defense. To me personally, I believe that the year in which he got his extension, he played out of his mind. He was just coming from the Knicks, right? Right.
I will never forget that game.
He was just coming from the
auditioned for the Clippers and scored fucking 40, and the next day they traded for him. I will never forget that game. That was one of the best audition tapes of all time.
Yes. So him coming off of that Knicks year, the Knicks have been horrible for 2 decades. So when we thinking about what he was doing there, and then you come on a team with Kawhi and PG, like the thing about Kawhi and PG is you have to understand when you play with them that it's all of the other intangibles and little things that you can do around them that will help to make them successful. That's why a guy like Patrick Beverley was able to find success with them. And although Pat is not at the level of a player of Russell Westbrook, obviously, even Pat would say that himself, he still brought a level of attitude, dedication, preparation for the game. He was intense, and he was the on the floor coach. Like, he was the guy that you see when they walk in the timeouts talking to people, getting everybody up. So once he's gone, right? And now, as we've been talking about for years, they always have needed a true point guard. Now they have one with Russ. The thing that I like about Russ is doing the little things. He's not just jacking up shots. He's not taking a bunch of corner threes because he's not stuck in the corner all the time. He's actually able to play efficiently in their offense because he can focus on doing the other things. Like, if you tell Russ, I need 15 rebounds from you this game, and I need you to take 5 shots, Russ is going to be like, all right, I'm going to try to get 20 rebounds. And if I get 20, I might take a few extra. All right, cool, go ahead. And he's going to attack the glass much more aggressively than Jaren Jackson Jr. would and go and get you those rebounds.
A lot of people attack the glass more aggressively.
PJ Tucker, you could say, yo, big fella, we don't need you to shoot this game. We just need Kawhi and PG to shoot. And we're going to start Zubac, but after Zubac start, we're going to run a small 5-man wing lineup, essentially, which is what they're going to run with, a 4-wing lineup with Russ. And that's how you're going to finish the games now. So to me, like, Marcus Morris leaving the Clippers was good for them. It was addition by subtraction, even though his contract said he was what he was. But it's not true. But for the 76ers, now you have, with Kelly Oubre off the bench, firepower. And even if you want to start Marcus Morris now, there is a huge difference between Ivica Zubac and Joel Embiid defensively. So if you're Marcus Morris, now the level of ground, like Zoo don't move his feet that well. Embiid is all over the court. He's an athletic freak. When he play against Giannis, he always show up. He ball. He play defense. He be blocking the shit out of Giannis's shots. The Clippers don't have nobody like Joel Embiid. So if you Marcus Morris, now you playing with house money. If you coming off the bench, you and Kelly Oubre get in the game, and y'all job is just to go get buckets. When you was on the Clippers, you usually is playing with PG or Kawhi when one of them is in the lineup, because Ty Lue like to keep one of them in the lineup for the most part. So you never really get the opportunity to go and get shots. So now, if you the 76ers, and also KJ Martin, I think KJ Martin is going to be a star one day. So to me, if I'm not joking, I think I didn't say a superstar. I said a star.
You got a lot of faith.
No, I think he could average 19, 20.
So you think he would be better than his daddy?
Huh?
You think he'd be better than his daddy?
No, stop that. His father would give you
the question.
No, but his father was a star.
You said he gonna be a star.
His father was a star, but no, he's not going to be better than his daddy. His daddy was a great player. I watched them games.
I was just asking a question.
No, his father was a great player to me. Whether it was in New Jersey or in Denver, he's not going to be a better player than his father. But in today's NBA, he could average 18, 19. Like Joel told me, Austin Reeves is going to average 20. You think
okay. No.
No. We're going to talk about that later. We're going to talk about that later. But to me personally, Philadelphia won the trade because now you, number one, get rid of someone that is clearly toxic and doesn't want to be there. Someone that is aging and old, and you have to account for his health. And although you got back some older veterans, you could swap either one of them top three names in that trade out with each person, and they will plug right in. I think the biggest thing that they should have really tried to get was Terrence Mann or Norman Powell. But I'm not upset at them for not getting them, because if you're Philadelphia, our thing with Joel is like, hey, when these guys roll off the cap, like, our goal is still to win a championship. That's why we went and got seasoned veterans who are egoless. And Marcus Morris just wants a chance to show he can still play. So they're going to want to help you be great, Joel. So, and if they don't, and we don't win a championship, which our goal is still to win a championship, we have so much cap room in the future. Tell us who you want to play with. And just like the Bucks went to go get Dame Lillard for Giannis, we'll go get who you want for you. And I think, to me, that is the much more valuable and attractive option for Joel Embiid than if you were to trade Harden to any other destination, where now you have to deal with another young guy who's going to come in because you tried to get equal value, or you trade him somewhere stupid like the Bulls and get Alex Caruso. No disrespect to AC Fresh, but trading Harden for Alex Caruso, Andre Drummond, and Patrick Williams would have been way worse. So, like, if you the Sixers, this is the best you could have gotten for what you could have gotten. The Clippers made it very clear they weren't going to trade away Terrence Mann. And if I'm the 76ers, do I really want Norman Powell?
The only reason I say
who is he going to guard in the playoffs?
Listen, two things. The only reason I say
Covington and Batum can at least play defense.
Can play in the playoffs.
And Batum can theoretically play 2 through 4 for you. Covington can really play 1 through 4 depending on the lineup. And then Marcus Morris can guard most 3, 4s, and 5s. He's not going to be able to do it for a long stretch of time, but he can at least switch between multiple positions. PJ Tucker can't even get you a bucket, and much respect to him. But his inability to make shots really hurt them in the playoffs last year. And I don't care what anyone says. If I pass you the ball and you open and you swing it back around, that is a lost possession. So you can go ahead. I know I talked for a while.
I feel you. I think
hold on, one sec. Got to keep the brand alive. I think that if you feel it, you definitely got better defensively. I mean, which, and again, like I said, if you look at Nick Nurse and just judging off his Toronto teams, we look at the Toronto teams. He had Serge Ibaka, Kawhi Leonard, Marc Gasol on it when they won. 3 of the best defenders of the era. When they won, you had 3 people who won Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know I'm pretty sure Serge won it. I know Paul won it. Kawhi won it twice. You also had Kyle Lowry, great defensive Serge
player.
never won Defensive Player of the Year.
He never won it.
No, he was just all defense.
Okay, well, he's still all defensive level, one of the better defenders. You also had Danny Green, all defensive level. Like when you look at this team
Yeah,
again,
he was all defense first team from
couple
2012
times.
to 2014, and he was the 2-time block leader.
Fair.
But he
Well,
was never defensive player of the year. Go ahead. I
well,
just
no, it's fine.
gotta
Well,
gotta
at
get the
his
facts
prime,
for this.
at his prime, he was still one of the better defenders in the NBA. Now, granted, like I said, Rocco, he's getting up there in age, but he can still guard. I mean, we even saw, not to say Wembanyama is, but we even saw Roku affecting Wembanyama. He blocked a shot 2 nights ago. I don't think I've seen Wemby get his shot blocked since he's been in the league. Probably won't see it too often. He blocked a shot a couple nights ago. And if you Embiid, I think Embiid should have a real defensive player of the year type season this season. And again, you're right. All the thing about it is if it doesn't work, all of these guys fall off the cap. I think Morris is making 17 million. Batum said he want to retire. I think Rocco is getting like 10 million. You'll have like 30 to 35 million, maybe estimating. I don't have the books in front of me to spend on somebody this offseason. So you're talking me into it. The trade isn't as they got fleeced as me just picking up the thing and looking at it. And again, they also probably have one of the more valuable picks of the next 10 years is the 2028 Clippers pick, because we have no idea what the Clippers will look like in 2028. Zero idea what they will look like in 2028. All of them might not even be there in 2028. They might be a desolate franchise in 2028. By the way, I saw the Intuit Dome yesterday. Beautiful fucking stadium. I drove by it. Beautiful stadium. Just want to throw that out there. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Like you actually more so talked me into it. Of how the one thing I think about trades in this day and age is I think general managers are getting better with at least having it be a win-win for both teams. I can't remember the last trade that I thought was just.
I think that's the CBA.